Hey, how about I do it this time with the microphone? My bad. I didn't have my microphone hooked up. That was my mistake. Anyway, uh, just going to clarify something before I send the link off to Anthony. I just want to make sure that I say this before we get started. This is going to be a discussion. According to Anthony, he has addressed he said like 7 of the things that I put out last night. So I would like to discuss that. He has said a couple of times that he would rather do this over on Nathan's Hangout. Number one, Nathan's Hangout happens while I'm at work, but that's not the reason I'm giving. The reason I'm giving is because of the fact that I can't stand the way that the supposed debate is run over there. All the name calling, all that crap. And so I invited Riley to a one-on-one. I did not see, at least up to this moment, the last contact I had with him, he was talking about doing it over on Nathan's because of the fact that Nathan has more subscribers than me. And yes, that's what he said. He said Nathan has more subscribers than me. So and I would just like to anchor that, as in put an anchor in it and sink it to the bottom of the English channel. Nathan Oakley, his 1980 channel has 5,150 subscribers. I only have 1,543 currently. However, if subscriber count was valid, then obviously view counts of the last videos would be valid. And long story short, I just looked at the top 2 rows of videos on mine versus his, and yeah, just put it like this. Of his most recent 12 videos, he has a total of 8,206 views. His highest view count of those 12 videos is 1,109 views, okay, which is an average of 683 views per video. I have 1,543 subscribers. My top 2 rows of the last 12 videos total 25,278 views. And that's with rounded numbers because just on that on the videos page it says it just talks about that. So which is with my highest single view of those 12 videos of 4,200 views, and with an average of 2,106. So he has 3 times my subs, but I have 3 times his views. So just want to get that. So let me go ahead and get the link together so I can send it over to Mr. Riley here. Let's see. I got to get the Hangout thing here. Control-C. Okay. Close. And then I will go. Anthony, I know you're out there. So what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to go to our message chain that you and I were sharing over the past couple of days. Oh, well, okay. He wrote, I'm only asking once for the link. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off a little bit to the side so not everybody gets the link name, but you will see that it's going to go. Oops. Well, that was a little silly because I can't get to the damn button. Sorry. There's the end of it. Reply. Okay, Anthony now has the link. Okay, there it is right there. Now, Anthony, you might want to check your spam in case, seeing that it's just a link in there, that it might have just landed in your spam. Okay? So I will wait on you.
Hello, Sly.
What's going on there, Anthony?
A whole lot of not curve, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, you keep convincing yourself of that. So you addressed 7 of my my claims, you said.
Well, can I just give a couple of shout-outs in chat before we start? Mojak, if this happens, I'll be somewhat surprised. Well, I hope you're still here and watching. Crow XE, I doubt Riley will show up, but I hope Sly can stay calm in the face of stupid assumptions and unbacked up claims. So if Riley keeps going and getting enough rope to hang himself with his BS, well, Crow, I'm here. Everybody else that's in chat, for those of you that laugh, joke, and ridicule me, I hope you watch this and I hope you pay attention. If you still come out of this the other side thinking that we live on a ball, Guys, nothing will ever persuade you ever otherwise. No matter what evidence is, no matter how strong it'll be, you'll never ever accept anything contrary to your opinion, and that is retarded. Okay. Now,
So,
Sly, we've had 30 hangouts, 2 hours long, and we've had a lot of debate, a lot. So you've come to this relatively late to the table.
no, that's fine.
Perhaps it would benefit you if I like showed you where we're at in terms of like the evidence and what.
Well, hold on. Um, given the discussion that we were having in the chat, or excuse me, in the comment thread, you said you addressed 7 of my things, and I would like to know which 7. But before I continue, we're going to keep this at a low tone. We're going to allow each other to speak. Are we cool with that?
Yeah, as long as you don't bring anybody else in, it's fine.
No, I'm bringing nobody else in because I these are my claims. This is my work. I have nobody else to back up, and nobody has to back me up. Now, here's the other side of it. Just to keep us from making this into a 3-day long thing, and it is late to us compared to most of the people who are watching this.
Yeah.
I want to set this in an hour because I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm not trying to make this an all-nighter. Are you cool with that?
Yeah. Where did you get that cool timer from? I could use that myself. Did you
It's actually called Cool Timer. It's a free download.
Great. That's excellent. I'll use that. Thank you for that. I've learned something new today, Sly.
Okay.
Right, so how's about then? Can I not just show you where we're at with what we see the evidence wise, and then you can tell me the questions that you've made in your video, but you can do it as though it's.
I would just like to know, at least off the top, which one of the 7, which one of the 10 things you said you did like 7 of them. Which ones of those have you covered already? Because as you said, I'm a little late in this. No, I haven't watched 25 3-hour hangouts, just like you guys have not watched my whole hangouts.
Okay.
So, well, I mean, which is a fair statement, I would assume.
Well, okay. I watched it really late last night at double speed before I went to bed. You're going to have to remind me the points that you made. And if you present them one by one, then I can respond one by one. Is that fair?
Sure, no problem. That's easy enough to do. Let's see. Hold on. Let me bring this over here. Nope, that's not it. Is this the one from last night? I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So here's what I'm going to go. I'm going to go right here. This is the exact PowerPoint that I was using last night.
Sure.
Actually, I'm going to crop this up a little bit. Oops. And we will probably not be addressing the chat. I just want to throw that out there. We'll probably won't be addressing the chat because I want to cover as much ground as possible given this opportunity. Unless something really poignant comes out, but I'm doubting that. Just because, you know, I don't want you to be backed up by other people. You don't need me backed up by other people, correct?
Sure. I don't want. I'm not really interested in the chat. There's nobody in chat that interests me really, other than people like Emojak that's surprised that I would turn up.
Okay. So these were the 10 things I brought up last night, and these are my research on the images that were provided on y'all's Hangouts. I have not had access to any of the original footage. Not saying it's fudge. Please understand that 100%.
Sure.
I'm not saying that it's fudge. It's just that the quality over a Hangout is lower than the quality that you would have in your personal possession.
Sure.
So, first one was the shape of the Castletown building. Basically, it was claimed that, and you agreed with the claim at least. You did not make the claim, though. I must state that
No.
this block right here next to the claimed lighthouse. This block right here is this large building, which is on the that kind of outcropping peninsula down there in Lungness. And it's claimed that it's that. My words to it were, that's not the shape of it, because of the fact that it has a very large tower stuck to it, which is not apparent in the image. So please.
Yeah, I mean, Ranty's the one that has the close-up images of this. I don't have these, so this is going to be something that I'm not actually going to be able to support with any evidence to prove anything on this point. However,
might I state that he did not produce any of his own images. He produced, among others, this image here, which is downloadable from the net. Sorry,
sure.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. Would you see that where you've got your circle around the bottom edge, you see that what looks like the top of a castle? Would you agree that that looks like it might be the top of a castle?
The only thing that I'm honestly willing to submit, and this is not me deflecting, the only thing I'm willing to submit is that it's rectangular.
All right. Do you see the big chimney looking thing at the top in the top left hand corner? You see the big top left hand corner. There's like a big chimney, big
Here?
square thing. No, on the top left picture.
Oh, yeah, the tower that's not present here.
The tower appears to be present in the evidence, though.
Please explain.
Well, where your mouse is, you have the building.
Yeah.
That there appears to be sat basically on the horizon there. Would you not agree?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay, so if I asserted that that would be matching the evidence and it wouldn't be missing in the evidence, would you be able to prove that it's not?
You would have to go into a little bit more detail than just saying that it's supported in the evidence.
All right, this is where it overlaps with point 10, which was the best point that you made, which was to do with the Dublin power station.
Right.
Are you able to? I don't know what it is that you're looking at there, but do you have the high contrast image that you've got based your image from?
You mean the entire one?
Yeah. Did you get the full contrast ones? Because what I want you to do, if you can, is
well, basically what I did, just to make you aware here, let me go ahead and duplicate this. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and duplicate this.
This slide was your best point.
Right. Okay, but hold on a second. What I have, let me get rid of all the other crap for a second. What I have here is, this was a composite that I made of your of screen captures from one of your videos. I don't even remember if it was you personally or if it was one on oh shit, or if it was one of the other ones. But what I did was I made a composite of at least the parts here. This is from the video, and I had made the composite, and it's decent resolution. I mean, each one of these squares is 1080p, but again, we're dealing with stuff that's already, a great distance away.
Sure. I'm sharing my screen slide. Would you mind presenting it, and then I could perhaps do it in a better way, because I've got one of the original files that would be better quality than the one that you're using, maybe, perhaps.
Sure. Hold on a second.
I can make my points on it.
Okay. Let's see. Present to everyone.
You see? All right. Okay. So this and point 10 overlap and basically cancel each other out.
Might I also ask if you can actually put that into the side chat?
Yeah. Into the side chat?
Yeah, because I would really like to have a hold of that. Just because you can see the definition, the sides, the edges, and stuff like that are far finer than any of the shit that I have here.
When you say put it into the side chat, you're gonna have to talk me. Oh, right, okay.
I think you could just drag and drop it into the group chat on the side of the hangout.
It says move when I do it, but when I try doing it, it doesn't do it.
It doesn't.
No.
Interesting.
I can do. I know what I can do. I can go to the, the back chat where all the naughty stuff happens.
Okay.
I go into there. I should be able to open up this thing and then drop it into here. Yeah, that should do it.
Sure. Hold on a second here.
Full contrast 6. Drag and drop file. Uploading.
Okay. Get over here. Oops. So here's the back chat. Okay, I see you there. It's uploading, you said?
It's done. Should be. Oh, hang on. Press that button now, and you should now have it.
Yep, I have something now. Cool.
Okay.
Now we are at least on the same field. Here, hold on a second here.
All right, so this is the most recent version I'm working on. Ranty has got one where he overlaps 3 pictures all at once, which I know it's overkill for what we need. It works for what we're doing.
I gotta figure out where the hell that went. It disappeared on me.
It's okay.
But keep talking. I'm sorry. This is just me looking for the damn thing.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to try and get used to this as well, because I haven't played with this for a while. All right, okay. So let's see what I can do here.
Full contrast 6 ping. Okay. So show in folder. There we go. Oh, it's already on the desktop. Cool. All right. So now I have your imagery. Oops.
So this is where I'm at. This is what I'm currently working on. This isn't what Ranty's on, because Ranty does most of this stuff. Now,
okay.
You got it?
I have it, yes,
All
and now, really, is that all the bigger it is?
Is that what?
I seem to have gotten a really shitty version here. I hope this isn't a compressed version.
I don't know. It might have been compressed. When I sent it to you, it's not compressed when I have it. If I may have to do it an alternate way if that.
Oh, no. Okay, I see how to do this now. If you open it up while it's in the chat, in the back chat,
Yep.
then what do you call it? Then it opens up the actual image. The other one is just a compressed, crappy version. Okay, so save image as, and then full contrast 2. Okay, let's see, like that. And then I'll downsize this because I want to be looking at what you're looking at instead of viewing the shit that's in the Hangout, because it takes a second for the compression to synchronize. Okay, hold on a second. Dun, 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 and that. There we go. Now I got it. So, oh yeah, much better. I could do this one all day.
Yeah, we've been doing it all day. This is
Well,
where.
but you have to understand that coming through the Hangout, it comes out like shit.
Sure.
Okay, so continue.
All right. So my position is that the small square at the top appears to match the kind of top of the chimney stack of the thing. It does line up with the other diamond dot. And then you asked, well, in that case, what are the 2 sticks on the right hand side? Because there doesn't seem to be anything in the image.
I didn't address those sticks. I don't even know what mine doesn't even have those in it. I don't know.
You should be able to see them. You might have to play.
Well, no, I'm seeing them now as you're speaking.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I've never addressed those because the resolution that I have does not have those in it.
All right. Well, point 10 in your 10 reasons why there's an issue is about the Poolbeg stacks. And in one of the comments, you asked where's the Poolbeg stacks in any of the evidence?
Right.
And that was a fair question, and I thought that's a fair point. But I'd noticed from previous research that there were 2 sticks that were appearing in the background. And I hadn't looked behind to see whether there was any power station on the south side. I only looked to see the north side because I didn't know what we were looking at. But you'd asked about it, and I thought, I know where there's 2 things that appear in the evidence. So this is what I'm going to suggest. Now, I know that you're not going to accept this because you say that we live in a ball. However, from my perspective,
forget the ball part. Just tell me what you got.
Well, you can see that the diamond, what we call the diamond, and then over to the right of the diamond, we see that square chimney stack thing, which is what I'm saying is the building. But we also see further.
We're talking about the golf building, the golf course building.
Sure.
Okay.
And you see before we get to the split in the paper, the join,
right?
You see that there's 2 sticks. And my position is that these 2 sticks conveniently would support the assertion that there would appear to be Poolbeg stacks in the background. I'm going to show what Poolbeg stacks is in relation to for the chat. So if you're not watching this too much, but these are like 600 feet tall. These things, they're huge. And
they're 207 meters.
Yeah, 207 meters, whatever that is in old money. So I use it on feet because it's something I can relate to. But
yeah, then it's like 600 something, 600 plus. Yeah.
So they're easily within the possibility that we might see them. I'm not saying that we do see them. I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying that we have, in the evidence, there appears to be 2 sticks in the background that I appear to that support the idea that these may well be the stacks in question. Now, I accept that when you go onto Google Earth, they don't line up because when I do put the line,
they are because they'll be to the left.
They're on the they'll be to, well, depends on what you mean by depends on what perspective you're taking, but when you put the line in so that it misses the thingy, that southern tip of Isle of Man, that these stacks actually appear here in relation to the line of sight, which is a few miles off that way.
Where's the beginning of that line?
At St. Bees.
At what?
At St. Bees.
Are you certain?
As close as damn it. I did it very, very quickly. I didn't do it accurately. So that's basically where it should be.
Okay, and then put the other end of it, please. Yeah, I got you. The little hill is not going to matter. But can you go back over to the Ireland side to the power plant?
Well, that little hill does matter to some people. We'll come back
Well,
to that.
no. I agree. I agree. I mean, every piece of terrain matters. But
If I
yeah,
if I now put that on there,
right.
so that, I mean, you agree that that lines up with the two stacks, yeah?
Well, that line goes from St. Bees to the two stacks.
Yeah.
Now go back to Lungness. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right, Lungness.
Well, we're calling it Langness, so you're there or thereabouts.
Okay, now turn around.
Yep.
Okay, now the issue here is that both the lighthouse, the Lungness Lighthouse, and that what is it called, Castletown Hotel or whatever it's called, they are to the right.
Sure.
From that point of view, and yet you are showing them to me greatly to the left, or excuse me, they are to the right of the chimneys.
Sure.
But you are showing the chimneys to the right of the supposed lighthouse, the white blob.
Sure. So just for the benefit of people in chat, this is where the lighthouse is. And in relation to the lighthouse, this is where the stack is, the square thing. And Sly correctly points out that the line of sight to the stacks over in Dublin appear to the left. That is not consistent with what we see, because the stacks appear to the right of the lighthouse and the stack. So that instantly tells you that this must be wrong. Agreed?
I totally agree.
Okay. What if I told you that these lines are, can you see how the line curves? Can you see that on your screen?
Yes.
What's that curvature?
It has to do with the curvature of the Earth.
Correct. Do you agree that it goes left to right as well as front to back when you're talking over 90 miles?
No.
So I'll reset tilt and compass. And
I do not agree with that at all. I know where you're going with that, and I do not agree with where you're going with it.
Okay. So if I put the grid lines on and I show that the longitude and latitude lines, would you agree? Obviously it doesn't fall straight on a square line. It doesn't fall on it's not easy for us to compare, but
that's called a great circle route is what you're talking about.
Sure. But in real world, it's a straight line. But on Google Earth, this is being wrapped around a ball, is it not? You can see evidence of it with the lines that are not straight.
Yes.
Okay. So when we go back down to sea level, would you also agree with me that we see evidence of the wrapping around of the lines when we get it down low enough? I can't go any lower because it generally gets a little bit messed up.
Yeah.
So if I get myself back on the line of sight, it's not that easy to demonstrate on this because I'm not looking down a line of sight, one of the nice lines. So the only way I can demonstrate it is if I find where it's lining up with one of the latitude lines. So,
okay, well, let me stop you. Because I understand the point that you're trying to make, and somehow that's going to make those things shift. Let me tell you what's wrong with that. Okay, I'm going to present my screen real quick. All right, now I still got this all marked up from all the times that I was doing these things, but you will find that I'm doing the same consistency of what you're doing. Okay, this line here, or actually this couple of lines here. Now, let me go ahead and kill about 3 of these here because I need to make sure that we're only dealing with one line instead of looking at multiple lines. Okay. Well, I can kill this one too, I guess. Okay. Now this line, unless I'm mistaken, yeah, this line goes all the way to the lighthouse. Now, what you are saying is that because if you look at it from an angle, this is the Dr. Zach argument basically. And that is, what do you call it? Because you're looking at it from an angle, you're going to see it arc. Okay, and you are trying to judge that as a shift in line of sight, and that is not correct. Because your line of sight is not happening in the third person from the side. Your line of sight is happening from your eyes directly outwards, period. And now, where you were going with that, or at least I'm probably just heading you off, where you were going with that is quite simply, I mean, I understand what you're about to say is that, you know, when you draw a long enough line, and then if you were to scale it down, it would probably, I'm just drawing a random line here. Okay, just understand that. I'm not saying that this is the line of sight from St. Bees or anything like that.
Sure.
Well, that's right. You deal in miles. Let's see. 1,000-mile line. Oh, shit. Dumbass. Okay, I just drew a big long line. Okay, 1,800 miles or 1,180, whatever that was.
Now,
Now,
just notice the bearing that you've took when you've done that. So, what was your bearing that you travelled out?
oh, you're not going to use the ruler and the bearing thing, are you?
Well, yeah, because that's a bearing on a ball, right?
Right, the bearing from the start point. Yes.
What was your bearing when you left? What does it measure at? Where you got your line in? What does it measure the bearing at?
Okay. Hold on. I'll draw a new one because unfortunately, once you save it, it only gives you the measurement at that point. Okay, so my bearing is 242.82. I am 1,181 miles. Is this line?
So 242.82. Let's just do them. Let's 242.82 minus 180. So put your bearing back to 62.82. And you should end up back in the same place, right?
Yeah, I know where you're going with this. This is funny. Hold on a second. This is the Jeranism argument. Hold on a second.
This is
what was the number you gave me?
62.82.
62.82. Yeah, it's going to be like down here somewhere.
Yeah, could you tell me why that might be?
I can tell you exactly why that is.
Great.
Because it's the difference between a circle root and the origin compass orientation. Here's what I'm going to give you. I'll give you a big fat one. Okay. This is from, I don't know what country that is. I think that's probably Poland. I don't know. I'm going to draw a big fat line right here. Okay. Now, obviously, from this location, we'll just north it up, and I'll just say it's south by or west by southwest. Okay. We won't even go numbers with it. Okay, because I know what you're saying. And no, if I were to do a back azimuth on that from the other starting point or from the other end point, it would not go back. Okay. Now, what you are looking here is called a great circle root. Okay. The thing that you are trying to state, and also Jeranism tried to state, is the fact that this compass orientation should be going along with the latitude lines.
No, if what I'm saying
that because that's where these numbers are coming from. Now watch this. Now I'm going to let me go ahead and get what that orientation was here real quick. Okay, now I'm going to 248.02. Give me the back azimuth on that.
So 248.02 minus 180, 68.02.
68.02. Okay, so watch this. If I go from here, 68.02, as close as I can get to it without zooming all the way. Okay, 0, 0, is that cool? Okay, it lines up perfectly with it.
Yeah, well, it would be from that point, but when
because what you are looking at here is you are trying to use a surface ruler as a line of sight tool over a great distance, and it doesn't work that way. That's not what it's there for.
Would you agree with me that couldn't possibly go wrong the way you've done it, because you're doing it from the point where you've just left off? So I would agree
because that's where the other measurement was taken from. That was where the other azimuth was taken from.
Okay, well,
okay. What you are doing here, though, is you are not doing a line of sight. A line of sight continues onwards. You know, like flat earthers like to say that planes would fly off.
Right.
However, this is a This is a surface measuring tool. Okay, this is measuring across. Even Dr. Zach put this one out because he thought it was stupid. What do you call it? This is a surface measuring tool across a sphere or a spherical object. Okay, this is not a line of sight tool to judge the entire sphere. Now, if you want to know how this works, like I said, great circle root.
I do understand.
Once it goes straight, then all you have to do is make sure that it cuts the sphere in half, and that's a straight line. Everything else is curved and weird and wonky.
Yeah, I get you. Well, this is my point. So let me go back to my screen share, because although I understand what you've done there, you've really done a sleight of hand, because that's not addressing the point I'm making. Perhaps I need to be a little bit clearer so that other people can see it, because I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's not answering the problem.
No, you're creating a problem with the tool incorrectly. That's where I'm going with it.
Right. Okay. So on my screen now, you can see. Can you see? Yeah, you can. You can see that this. When I go to view and grid, you can see that it puts the grid back on.
Yes.
You can see clearly that if there's a straight, I mean, I'm following a longitude line there, so it's relatively straight. But even that is at its straightest isn't straight; it's bent. But as you depart from that and you get further away from that, it gets more and more severe, both going both ways. That's because we're lining up against the longitude and latitude lines. So what this effectively tells us on Google Earth is that what we're seeing over there isn't actually over there, because the straight line on Google Earth, the longitude lines, the Great Circle route lines, are bending over that way.
So you're saying that the Isle of Man isn't there?
I'm saying that this is stretched over a ball that doesn't appear in real world.
Well, then what does that have to do with the latitude or longitude and latitude lines then?
Well, for instance, if I put a longitude line in here to where I say these chimney stacks are, which everybody claims that have been debunked, but nobody has produced evidence to prove what they are. This Kilroot power station is...
Please understand, you just said that nobody has produced evidence to show what they are.
Yeah.
Does that include you?
Other than me, I'm the only one that said it, and everybody's
you're the one who has made the claim. But if nobody can actually tell what they are, then you are included in the people who don't know what they are.
Sure, right? But the point is, I'm saying that these are in Ireland, and everybody else is laughing at me, and I'm saying, well, prove where they are in Isle of Man. So the problem that I have is when I get back down to the level as close as I can get it, because it gets to about 200, and then it kicks me into low
in
level.
The straight view, yeah, the ground level view, yeah.
Now, can you see that if I move around to there, you can see that these lines start bending wildly off. If I go anything, well, it's hard to show this because you're seeing it through the webcam, but you can
right. So now hold on. So now, are you saying along that line instead of where the curved lines are, which seems to be the basis for your argument because the lines go off to the side? Are you saying that the Isle of Man is in that direction?
No, I'm saying that Ireland is. I'm saying that in the evidence, we see evidence that supports the idea that we're looking at Belfast in Ireland. And when you wonder why it's so far misaligned, and you realise that the stretching it over the ball, the reason why this is prominent now is because we're looking at big distances. It was a very clear day; I could see further. So if we're looking at greater distances than 30 or 40 miles, which is what we normally get to see, then it makes sense that if we're looking further, we're going to see more of a curve. And what I'm saying is we see evidence of Belfast and the southern tips of Scotland, and I'll show it to you now. But because these bent lines are the Great Circle route on a globe, I'm saying that these are not real. These are not real in real world because we just see this stuff in a straight line. We do not look in bendy lines.
Okay, my turn to answer.
Hang on. I just want to quantify that because I don't like people that assert that I say shit without substance.
Well, it's kind of hard to follow what you're saying because are you saying that it bends to the left and right, or is it not bending to the left or right?
No, what we see is what we see. There's no bendiness to it. It's just straight. We see in straight lines.
Then why are the lines in any way part of your argument if we see what we see and we see straight?
Because I'm explaining why the things in the background don't line up perfectly with Google Earth. Now, let me continue and you'll see where I'm going with this. In the background here, we see a boat, and in the background, this is where I say Belfast is. But we also see this landmass that's here. And I'm going to focus. I'm going to take this line of sight over to the chimneys, the stacks that I say are here.
Right.
And you'll see. I'll have to speed up a little bit. Because it's so far, all that curve that we've got to go over. So you can see that when I've got the line of sight to the chimneys, you see that it just kisses this landmass that's here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the landmass, the line from the chimneys. I'm going to put the line of sight onto this landmass that's here for good reason. So let me get rid of these grid lines for a sec because it's going to get in the way. Right, so I'm going to pull it right the way down to the sea level, like 200
even though the grid lines were part of your argument.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to show you what I mean. Bear with me. Right, so here we have what I'm going to assert is a perfect match to this shape of land that's here. And you'll see that there's a little cut in here, which indicates that this land that's here is falling in behind it. And observe this, one of these lights is flying, it's a plane, and in the video, it carries on over the picture. The other one is static. Now, in relation to if this is a clock, this is kind of like at 11 o'clock. Now, what I'm going to show you is that this basically is a match land-wise. Now, I get that you're not going to agree. However, I'm going to still make the case anyway. There we have the half moon-shaped land, which is evidenced here. And then we have the overlap in the background, which is the land that disappears off to the right, which is here. And then this little dot that's here, I've put in a polygon, and it's the exact size of the lighthouse that stands on the other side of this hill. If I come round here, it's called the Mull of something lighthouse, and I've emphasised it so that you can see it. It sits just behind this hill. Now, if I get this little man and I get this man and drop him on here, you can see that when I spin the guy around and I get the right angle, you can see that there's the lighthouse in question. So with regards to bollocks, bear with me while I get back on. I lost my bearings when I did that. All right, reset tilt and compass. Zoom right down here again. So I'm going to come back to the grid lines. I haven't forgotten about the grid lines. I'm not on a tangent. So just bear with me while I do it.
Well, I'm just having a difficult time. I'm waiting for you to actually drive this one home. That's all, because we're almost at 30 minutes now.
That's all right. Well, we have the hump of land that's here. We have a little light that's there. Ignore the bright light. That's a plane that's flying. You can see that. So in this still, it appears as two buildings. It's not. It's a plane. We have that, and we see that peeping up over it. We see that there's an outcrop land there, and we see that there's an out one in the background too, and we see that this land here matches this. Most notably, Sly, and I'm sure it was you that brought this up, you can see that the colouring of this land matches the colouring of that land, and you see that it's different to the land behind it, indicating that this land is not the same mass that is. It's a different land mass.
Actually, I never really made much claim to that side. So
I'm just trying to remember who. Oh, it was Paul Voigt. So apologies, but Paul Voigt made that claim that the land mass must be distinguishable, otherwise it's in the same land mass, and on this occasion it perfectly is. My position is that this is so far right on my line of sight in the video that it doesn't line up at all. And it's so far right, it actually fouls on Google Earth. It fouls the cliff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this. Put the line of sight back in for the ruler. And then when I go back to my observation height of 52 feet, which I don't care whether it's right or wrong, it's still the model that you guys believe to be true. I know Sean takes a big deal with it, a big issue with it, but it is what it is. I think it's that one. No, it must be that one. 50. There we go. 51. So you can see that when zoom in a bit, when I look up to the horizon there, it's only just kissing the lowest part of the land. However, in the actual video, when I play the actual video, you can see. Bear with me while I get it up. So if you can this, here we go. So fast. Hang on, is this the right one? Right. So you can see the outcrop of land that's to the right there, and you can see that my line of sight is nothing like what I've just demonstrated on screen. So this is the reason why we've been struggling with the scale on it, because it appears that this is not the right line of sight. Ireland should be over that way, according to Google Earth.
Right.
But we're getting Ireland in this crop land, which is significantly different. And here it is. There's the stacks, by the way.
Right. That's the north side of Isle of Man.
Yeah. No. So if this land is Isle of Man, as you guys say it is, these are the smokestacks.
What smokestacks? What? Yeah. Now that you're showing a higher res, what smokestacks?
Well, can you see? I don't know whether you can see this or not, and I'll send you the original file.
I would really appreciate that. I do see a line that kind of bends up to the right twice. Actually, three times now that you're pointing at that last one.
Sure. Now, my position is this is evidence, and we're trying to identify it. And I've requested help from the ballers, and Paul Voigt claims that he can identify everything, yet he's unable to identify this. And every time I ask him, he distracts.
Well, so, but I did answer you, and you have not yet even replied to that.
Well, maybe I haven't seen it. So hang on, just before, let me finish, because this is the point. This is evidenced in the photo. We have the landmass that's here now on the original. This is the other file, so it's not as clear on this one because of the way I've done the contrast. But my point is this is the point where we're seeing what I claim is Scotland. Now the problem with that is that I've just shown you that the line of sight is over here somewhere, but on the globe, because of these grid lines, it's stretching things around a ball that I say we don't live on, and you can see it clearly here. So what I'm saying is we're actually looking, according to real world, we're looking out on that angle. But because this has been stretched around a ball, and you can see the proof of it here, this is why we're not getting these things lined up properly, and which is why you guys think we're only looking at Isle of Man. Now, if you say that the evidence that's in here perhaps if you say that this is only the Isle of Man, perhaps you could show me where these smokestacks are. And bear in mind that there's a boat in the foreground. Tell them, and I interpret this to mean that the boat in the foreground is in this distance, this bit here. Let me get rid of these lines.
Okay, well, I'm going to burst your bubble on one thing.
Well, I'm saying that the boat is in this mass of the water somewhere. But if you're going to say that the smokestacks are there, then the boat has to be here somewhere. But if that's the case, then the stacks have got to be around here somewhere. And I invite you to perhaps show me where the smokestacks are, because we've never been able to find them.
Okay, well, okay. Then let me answer. You threw a couple of questions there, and I'm going to see if I can answer them all. First of all, let me go back to me.
I'm sorry, just with regard to the stacks down the other side of the island, the same applies. They're out of sync because of the curvature of the Earth that isn't really there.
Okay, I heard you on that. Okay, so first of all, the grid lines. That what you are looking at when you go down this low, you're actually not supposed to use the grid down this low. Okay,
it's your grid though. Why not? It's
no. What I'm saying is, from a graphics standpoint, because what it is, the grid is actually above the surface. Okay, I mean this is a graphic layer, is what I'm saying to you. Okay, now when you see it, hold on, I got to back up even further. When you see it like this, you don't see any of that wackiness. Okay, that spreading out that you are claiming has something to do with something. Okay, you see it going off into the distance, somewhat narrowing towards each other as it should, right? Now, actually, instead of getting around all this terrain, I'm going to go over the water because it'll just give me a solid color to play with. There we go. Now, this is something that happens to a lot of people when you're dealing in 3D and stuff, is when you get too close to something. What do you call it? With something that was meant to be viewed from far away. Now, what you see here, do you see how it seems to be going over, and this one going over and down and over and down, right? Now, once you get close enough, these lines shut off because you are actually below that layer. Okay, this is a totally different layer above the surface of the model of the Earth. Okay.
Sure, but would you agree it is following the shape of the Earth?
But not on the surface as if you were looking down at it. You are actually looking at it from underneath. Do you see that? See these 1, 2, 3, 4 points, right? You see those?
Yeah.
Okay, now watch. When I'm going up, those 4 points are still there. You are nothing more than looking at it from below. This is like a layer that you just went under. It's like going under the clouds.
But you do realize that the grid that we're overlaying is the GPS coordinate grid, right? WGS84.
I know exactly. They're the longitude and latitude lines, but what I'm telling you is that you are looking at it from the underside of those grids. It's not laying on the surface as if you're looking down at it. You are looking now at it from the underside.
How does that address this the stretching away from you as it bends round to the left and to the right from your position?
Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. Because you're looking at it from the bottom, you are stating that you are looking actually down at it. Okay. And so therefore it would look like it is spreading off to the left and the right. But that would also be the case in every direction you look.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now here's the thing. You're actually on the underside of it. You are below it. Think of this as about the height of a cloud layer. Okay. You are actually below it now, looking at the underside of it. These lines right here, see, it goes off like this. These are the lines that are going next to you. Here, let me see if I can pull one straight in line with me.
Yeah, but Sly, that doesn't address the stretching off left and right.
Yes, it does, Anthony, because it's not stretching off left and right. It is converging closer to each other. It's not stretching off from. See this line right?
It would only converge closer to each other on a flat plane. It wouldn't do that on a ball.
No, it's called. Geez, what you guys are supposed to be the experts in perspective. Things kind of seem to narrow when they get further away.
Yeah, only on a plane. They don't do that on a ball.
In reality.
No. On the ball that you're presenting now, they do what your ball shows on screen.
Are you saying that when somebody walks away from you, they don't appear to get smaller?
No, that's not what you're showing on screen, though.
That is what I'm saying. You are trying to twist what I'm saying.
No, I'm putting what you're saying into its correct tense. You're showing that the lines bend left and right as well as bend down.
No, they don't, you dumbass. Look, check this out.
You are. That's what you're showing.
No, I am not showing that. Okay, what I'm showing you here is a graphical error. Okay,
No, you're
this
misrepresenting the graphics overlay. That's
no,
not
I
a
am
graphical
no,
error,
I am
Sly.
not. Okay, I'm
It's not.
not.
That is not
Look,
an error, Sly.
look,
You're wrong.
look. No, I'm not. I deal with 3D, dude. Do you know about 3D? Have you ever designed things in 3D?
No, but I know when someone's trying to pull a smoke screen over my eyes.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'll even design it for you. I'll even show
Don't
it to
bother.
you.
Don't bother.
No,
We're on the
no,
clock.
no. Here we go. I don't care. I'm not going to leave this point alone. Hold on a second. Now, I'm going to open up 3ds Max and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening here. Okay?
No,
You cool? You cool with that?
you're distracting and wasting time, Sly. I understand the
No,
point
no,
you're
you're
making.
distracted. You made an argument out of a graphical error and tried to say that it's
No,
shifting things
Sly,
to the
you're
left
saying
and
it's a
right.
graphical error, and I'm saying it's not. It's because of the curve of the Earth. It splays out left, right, and
It
down.
doesn't splay out.
But I've just
Where in
demonstrated.
reality does anything splay out as it gets further away?
That's my point, Sly. We don't live on a
That's
ball.
right. No, it has nothing to do with a ball. It has to do with just distance from you.
Sly,
Where do things split? Tell me anywhere in reality do things splay out as they get further away from
well,
each
all
other?
right, you can prove me wrong by identifying the smokestacks as Isle of Man.
No, hold on. We're on grids right now. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Okay, hold on a second. My max is almost up. Hopefully it doesn't fucking crash this time.
So you're saying this is a graphical error?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying there. As you get closer to the surface, it becomes a graphical error inside of Google Earth.
No, Sly, that's BS.
Watch. I will even demonstrate it to you firsthand. Okay. Now, I'm still presenting, right? Okay. I am in 3ds Max. Please note there is no fake the globe button here. Okay. So, I am going to do a sphere.
Can I just check that you're on a flat plane or a curved? I can't really tell whether it's curved or not.
I think you can talk about this being a sphere. Okay, it's a sphere.
Oh, that there. Okay, I thought you were on about the grids.
No,
okay.
The grid is just a backdrop of the viewport.
Okay.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this grid. Actually, I got to make a whole shitload of faces out of it. Otherwise, as I get closer to it, it's not. You're only going to see like one every so often. Okay, so whole lot of grid squares. Who cares? We're not talking about the actual longitudes and latitudes. I'm not going to do one for 360. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do.
Are you going to lay them right on top of the surface, or are you going to hover them?
Watch. What it does is just hover it. Oops. Just like 1 unit above.
Okay, that's great. And then you're going to get between the two, yeah?
Right. And you're going to see exactly what I was talking about. Now, I have to change the material. Otherwise, we're going to have the bottom mesh and the top mesh at the same time.
So you can make the bottom one solid, right?
That's what I'm going to do.
Excellent.
Okay. So I got this. Now, that's going to be that. And then this one is going to be just grid. Okay, it's going to be just grid. Oops, shit. Put it as color white. And then, okay, this is called doing it as wire, and it'll do it just as the grid. Okay. Now, as I get close, and let me make sure that I put this not in orthoscopic, but rather in, oh shit, my bad. I didn't mean to touch it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get closer to this. Now, it looks all kinds of weird at the moment. Where's the damn surface? There it is. Okay, now I'm going to go smooth and highlights. Hopefully, yes, it does work just fine. Okay, now, do you see, hold on. Oh, my field of view is probably too wide. That's why. Oh, I can't do a field of view because I'm not, here, I like this, there it is. Oops. Okay, so now do you see that you see the lines actually going over the surface of the earth, right?
Sure.
Or the surface of the ball in this case, right?
Sure.
Okay. Now what you are saying is as I get closer, Okay. Do you see how the lines are no longer below me? They're above me, right? But
Fine.
Google Earth does not show the reverse side. You ever gone through Google Earth and sometimes you can see through the model?
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, that's because you are on the non-facing side of the faces of the model. Okay. Now, what you are seeing right here, see how this kind of splays out like you were talking about?
Yes.
But it's not splaying out, is it?
So what you're saying is Google Earth is broke.
No, I'm saying you are looking incorrectly at what is being shown to you.
Now, could you increase the amount of
Faces?
grid lines?
Sure. Pretty sure I can do that. Get a whole shitload of them. I think I can go up to 200 faces per.
Looks like they're doing exactly the same there, Sly, to be honest.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But what I'm also saying to you is that they are just the grid on the outside, but you are looking at it from underneath without seeing these lines because you don't see the backside of faces. Do you understand that now?
But you're actually supporting my position.
No,
You're
I'm
not.
not.
So how are you contrasting it?
Do you not know where those lines are going over the surface? Okay, over the surface of the sphere. You watched me build this.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just two spheres, one above the other one. One's solid, one's grid.
Zoom back into it.
Sure. Oops.
Sly, it's doing the exact thing.
Yeah, I know it's doing the exact same thing.
Turn 45 degrees either way.
Well, that's going to be a little bit fun because I'm not actually in a thing. Yeah, see how they all go weird?
There you go. They're doing the exact same thing Google Earth does. They are bending exact. So just go back to them.
But it's not displacing anything, is what I'm telling you.
Go to the right. Right.
Oops, shit.
Just turn to the
there's
right.
The pole. What's that?
Just make 45 degrees to the left.
45 degrees to the left. Okay. Yeah.
Can you see all the lines are bending away now? Exactly the same on Google Earth. How is that any different?
I'm not saying it is any different. Your interpretation of what that means is wrong. You're saying that these lines are actually, I'm looking down at these lines as being the surface of this external sphere.
Right.
Where it's not.
Right.
That is the back side. Okay. This is the horizon of the sphere in this case.
I get what you're saying, but would you agree though? We've all used a condom, right? When you bend the condom over the ball shape, and then it conforms to the shape of the penis, right? So if you bend something over the shape of a ball, it's going to follow the contour shape of the ball.
Right.
So if you then have a landmass and then you put it somewhere and it's on a ball, but it's actually on a flat plane, then the reality is you're stretching it to make it fit over the ball, because you can't make something flat go over a ball, right? It's not going to fit.
You would actually be compressing it, not stretching it.
No, you'd be stretching it. You would be stretching
you would be compressing it. Let me tell you why you would be compressing it. See how these narrow?
All right, so hang on. No, I'm with you. I hear you.
And they narrow towards the top. Okay, so you would be compressing left to right. You wouldn't be stretching it.
Okay, so can you present my screen then, and maybe you can answer me this question?
But I mean, are we cool now that the grid lines are not going off in some wonky way? You are looking at grid lines that are just a layer above Google Earth.
No, we're not cool at all. I'm gonna, because if you're right, then we can test it and you can explain.
I just tested it I just showed it to you, man.
Okay, so let's apply what you've said, and then you can explain this to me. So,
oh Jesus, okay.
Go back to my screen. Presenting me, yeah.
Now you should be presented, yes.
Okay, great. So when I go back to the observation point, and I go back down to the line of sight, and I'm not going to use grid lines, but you know that I've got the grid line set up to the other end of the grid line set to Scotland. I haven't changed that. Do you want me to show you that so that you know that I haven't changed it?
I guess we can just leave it, but yeah, no, that's the line of sight line.
That's the line of sight line, and it's very close to the corner point of there.
Right.
So if what you're saying is correct, it should match that in real world.
What do you
mean?
Define that.
Well, okay. So if I play the video, we can see that the line of sight that I have is not over in that direction like it says on the globe. We can see that the line of sight is off in this direction, which is not consistent. And that's because we don't live on a ball, and the thing is not being stretched over it. The overlay is not being stretched over it. We live on a plane.
So you are saying that that the entire landmass has shifted to the left. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. It's
So
not lining up with.
the Isle of Man is not where it is. It's shifted to the left.
No, what I'm saying is the line of sight is not consistent with what it shows on the ball. So I've got the actual video and you can see the corner of the land, and it's clearly a different line of sight than what it is when you look at. Hang on.
Play very slowly forward. No, go back to the video.
Okay. Play it very slowly.
Now, is this a part where you zoom in from zoomed out
Yeah.
on something?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I would have to be heading up towards that stack thing, right? That's the line of sight on Google Earth. But I am at least 15, 20 degrees off. So how can that be if what you've just said with the grid lines is correct?
You're using grid lines. They're imaginary lines, dude.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is on your model, the imaginary lines are based
No,
on
go
a sphere.
back to the video. I don't care about Google Earth at this moment. Go back to the video. I want to see. Now back up, please. I want to see the zoom in until I can recognize land. That's what I want to see.
Well, so just look at the bearing sign, yeah? And then you tell me when you... I mean, you can see the land in the background there. You can see it. You may not see it on screen.
I see, yeah, I see some discoloration, but I can probably tell where the middle of it is. That's about it.
You can see that now, yeah? There's the end. There's the line.
Okay, now stay right there. Actually, as a matter of fact, back up for a second. Back up so I can see the shoreline again. Thank you. Okay, hold on a second here. Let's see here. Now, you are also still stating that you're on top of that hill at this point?
Yeah. 52 feet.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about the numbers right now because I'm not in the mood to do math. All right. So.
Do you want to share your screen so we can see what you're doing?
No, hold on a second. I'm just putting something together just for my own personal orientation. That's all. All right. So. Let's say
that guy there, my perception, quote, it must be Scotland, but Google Earth doesn't show me the line of sight, so Google Earth is wrong. That is exactly my position. We are seeing stuff that Google Earth is not lining up with in the distance.
No, because you are making weird claims about curvy lines, dude.
No, I'm saying that curvy lines don't exist in real world. We see it because it's.
I'm saying it too, but you're basing your claim on that.
Yeah, but this is when you were saying things about calculating bearings, and I'm like, look at the angle. You can see it without trying to do any maths. It's not the same.
Now, do me a favor. Do you have a little bit prior to this, where you're actually showing that cliff over on the side there?
Well, the earliest
on the right side.
Well, on this video, the earliest this video goes back is what you see on screen right now. It's at 0.
That's the earliest. Well, that's shit. That's now that rig there. Oh, well, hold on. That rig. Oh, that rig out here. Is that this?
That might well be it. You zoom in.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you're able to look at my screen. Is that rig?
I can't see. It's too small, but possibly it's right near the shore.
Yeah, and it's kind of thick. So
I'd say that's that rig.
Okay. So now let me go ahead and do this here. Now, hopefully it's not a movable rig, but given its size, it may very well be, or this might just be a boat that we're looking at and chasing chickens. But so let me see something here. Now, right in line with that. Yeah, no, unfortunately the tide was the wrong thing for here. Okay, so it goes rocks, then dirt. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this right here. Hold on a second. I am going to get these lines just so I know where I'm going with them. Okay, now the furthest most point where I would see rocks going to dirt is there. Save like that. Now, I am not 100% certain that is that thing, but it does seem to be placed quite similarly. So it's entirely possible that rig-looking thing is this rig-looking thing. Okay, I'm going to present me to everyone.
I'd say that it is.
Okay, now hold on a second here. Okay, so I have you presenting back out again.
All right. So
Now, hold on, because I'm going to need you to do something for me here. Let's see. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that.
So the line of sight on the video would have to be to the right-hand side of that oil platform. Agreed?
Excuse me?
This is the nub of it. This is the crux. This is the creme de creme, right? Unless that's not the oil
go
platform.
Go back to the video. Go back to the video.
Can you see that I'm not looking to the right of the oil platform? And watch what happens. I actually
wait. I'm making screen captures here because I need to be able to study this. Hold on a second. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, dum,
well, you don't really need to study it. You can see it. The evidence is...
I study things, man. That's how I find out answers. Hold on a second. So we got that. All right, now go ahead and zoom in. Or let it play. Just enough so we can get to see something.
But just be aware that I'm pan slightly to the left before we do this, so it makes the platform.
Oh, I'm perfectly cool with that. I can notice the movement of the camera.
You ready?
Yep.
See, moving
to the left. Yep.
So we're getting further away from that platform.
Okay, pause. Back up just a little bit, just so I can see the edge over there of the building. Yeah, there we go. Hold on a second here. Crop. Do this. Now, do that. Okay, we got 5 more minutes here. But while I'm doing this, so we are 100% cool that we do not see those power chimneys in Dublin in your video, correct?
We are 100% sure that we don't see the power. No, we do. My position is that we do see them in Dublin, but we're looking at Belfast. Are you getting the two mixed up?
No, but I'm just bringing back to the original point that I had made about which
what is the point that you're testing here is the angle of observation, right?
Yes.
It doesn't really have anything to do with Dublin stacks at this point.
Actually, it has everything to do with the Dublin stacks, but what do you call it? Because you are still discussing line of sight, and the Dublin stacks should be on the left side of the lighthouse and the supposed building.
The Belfast stacks.
No, I'm talking about the Dublin stacks.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
They should be to the left of the apparent golf building and the apparent
yeah. I'm with you.
Okay. So you do agree with that, and they should also be about 12 times as high.
You understand how like the what's it called? The inverse square law applies to bit structures, right? They should disappear like smaller as they get further away, right?
Right, but that's based on triangulation, and no, they still should be about 45 times higher. About 40 times higher.
No. They are further away, Sly. Perspective rule. The rule of perspective means that things that go further into the distance.
Do I have to break that out too? Oh my god.
Yeah, you need to work out the reduction in size based on 120 miles.
I did do the reduction in size, dude. That's what I showed in the video that apparently you didn't watch. Isle of Man. No, I'm not going to save this because you don't understand things about 3 dimensions.
Come on, Sly, we're running out of time. You're going to have to be quick and concise here.
Okay. This here is what I got my numbers off of when I did your the heights that do not exist on your image based on your claim. Saggart Peak in behind Dublin. Saggart the height of the hill behind the golf building of Saggart Hill. The stacks would be this much higher than the lighthouse. With perspective. This is not 2-dimensional.
Right, okay, but why is the base of them not on the same level as each other?
These are just markers, man. These are just markers. They are not. I did not build a 3D stacks and 3D lighthouse. These are just markers. What I did, let me go ahead and show you this in 2D so you can see the wild difference. Hold on. This is in 2D, okay? Now what this is meter for meter, okay? Each one of these blocks is 10 meters.
Okay.
Meter for meter. a line that was drawn for the height of all of these things. And then,
Slide the same. Share your screen.
oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, this right here is the grid that I made. This is the 2D. Okay, this is not 3D. Okay, this is the 2D. These are lines. They're just markers set at the height above the ground.
I get it.
Okay, and each one of these is 10 meters. Each one of these blocks is 10 meters. Okay, Sagard Peak being the highest thing, and that's way back in Dublin. Now, like I said, this is 2D. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what I did is, oh shit. What I did was I put it along the entire stretch. Those markers are actually in little spots. Oops, excuse me. You know, like this is the golf building and the light building, or the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can you just show that the golf represents 51 miles?
Sure. Well, I broke it down in kilometers because I needed meters. I needed tens in this demonstration.
Okay.
So I was just beyond the 80 kilometers spot.
Okay.
And then, I mean, I'm not showing you the side. Well, here, I'll show you the side view. It's actually far less impressive from the front. Excuse me. That was the front of this. There's the camera looking down. But I did blocks all the way out to I went all the way out to 240. That was beyond the maximum distance
for Dublin. Yeah.
What was needed. Right. Now, what I did was, let's see, where are they? A little bit. Oh, wait, that's right. Sagard's up here. Where is it? They're so damn small. Where is? God damn it. Hold on. Front, left. Okay. Now I can be able to highlight them so I'll see them. Okay, there it is. So, out at just before the 240 meter mark, obviously, or kilometer mark. Okay, this was Sagard Hill, and then this was Sagard Hill. This one right here, which is actually the height. It was just a marker height for how high the land would be, directly in line with the claimed golf building. Okay.
Okay.
And then, moving all the way back in, this is the smokestack, or this is the smokestacks. What was it called? Pool bag.
Yeah.
Smokestacks in Dublin. Oh
yeah.
Shit. Hold on. All right. Well, we hit the hour, but I want to finish this point.
Okay.
This is the smokestacks. Those smokestacks are at 220. 1, 2, 3, I think 223 kilometers, something like that. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm just going off what I have in here. And then, obviously, and you saw the golf building and the lighthouse. They're way up front here. Okay, which are right. Okay, my bad. It's right here. This is where those were. Okay, just beyond the 80 kilometer mark. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what I did was I turned it to the right, or turn it from the left side. This is 2D again, just to check the heights. And then I put this camera. Now I had to really narrow down the field of view, which I'm sure at least fully aware of. Zooming in is just narrowing the field of view.
Sure.
Okay. Doesn't alter anything, and damn sure doesn't change parallax.
Sure.
And then
what you say though, but if that was,
hold on. And then, so looking through camera one, this is camera one that I have highlighted here. Looking through camera one, this is what happens. Okay, this is the heights that are adjusted. They're obviously not the same as the 2D. Okay, there's a great difference between them compared to what's on the 2D and in 3D. Okay, this is the 3D. This is the 2D. Okay, the disparities are greatly different because of the fact that there is distance involved. Okay, now, quite simply put, this is to scale at least the height markers above the water line.
Okay, in that case, would you mind doing a clipping of that? Just like doing a snipping tool and then sending it to me in the back chat? Because I'd like to check that with Chris, the guy that does the modeling, to make sure that this is correct.
Sure, no problem. Hold on a second here.
Because my position is that the lighthouse light is 50 miles away, and the distant lights at the distant chimneys at Dublin are like 200 and something miles away.
Right.
I don't think
Okay.
that's. I think you might have done something wrong there, but I'd like the chance to verify your work and see do we get similar results when we do it.
Okay, now I'm going to make one difference here. This was something that I had just put in here for graphical purposes. Okay, but I have to do this one change here because I was intending on using this actually as a 3D graphic as presentation. All I'm going to do there, I just put I have a water thing on the bottom, and what I'm going to do, because I just want to make sure that you see me do this, is I'm going to slide the top of that all the way, or the end of it. It goes from here down to here like that.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is, actually, I'll show it to you from the top. Okay, I'm just going to slide that, nothing else. I'm going to slide that down to the golf marker. The reason why is because that at the golf area is the last time we specifically see water. Now, hold on a second here. Just want to make sure that I'm not going too far or too. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, just so that shows the water line that's actually in the picture. That's all. I had planned on using this as an overlay, but I ran short on time, and that's all that was supposed to be. But you see here, nothing here changed. Nothing here changed. And,
okay. Just do the snipping tool though before you go off it. I want
yep,
to screenshot that.
Yep, hold on. I want to make sure I give you enough of it. That's all.
Okay.
Let's see here. And without distorting anything really. Oops. Yeah, that's the best that's gonna get. Okay, so shit, I don't use snipping tool. But I will. No, I'll just use this. This is easy enough. I don't use the snipping tool. It bugs me for some reason. But let's see, print screen. That.
And if you drop it into that back, the back chat.
Yeah, hold on a second here. I'm going to crop it to the full screen of what's being worked. And then like that. Okay, and it comes out at a very decent resolution. Obviously, this is shrunk down because it's in this work window. But, and then what I'll do is I'm going to save that off. File, save as, desktop. And then I will call it, hold on a second here, I gotta make that into a BMP, and then I'm going to call that Anthony 1. Okay, and that goes in, just this one. Okay.
And if I can get that checked,
sure, knock it out, dude. That doesn't bother me a bit.
I'll try and respond to it in the hangout for tomorrow.
But to verify, I mean, somebody's gonna be checking these heights, is what I'm going to assume.
Yeah, of course.
What do you call it? These blocks that you see is at a resolution of 10 meters per block. Okay, in the 2D. Okay, is at 10 meters per block, and you did see that they were all at specific unit distances away from the camera.
Sure, I understand. I understand. I can model it based on what you've sent. As long as you
I just wanted to make sure that we were cool on that. All right, hold on a second here. I need to. There it is.
And whilst you're doing that, I want to close because you've had the hour, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to quote Halsoy's message. He says, "Right." He said he doesn't direct. Well, he is. It's Riley. You might want to take note of your own suggestion from the start of the hangout. Be able to accept things contrary to your position. You literally try and twist reality to fit yours. I'm going to cite that back to you, Sly, because I've shown you that the line of sight to Belfast on your model just about kisses that cliff front, and it doesn't do that on the video. It's miles out. So right, I'm going to assert
that you displayed nothing of Belfast.
Okay, I showed you that the mountainsides. Can I finish with the point?
You showed me hills, man.
I will. Let me.
You understand the difference. You showed me hills. You didn't show me Belfast. You know what I'm saying?
Let me summarize it for you. Let me reshare while you're sending.
There's that image, by the way.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so I demonstrated that there is a
I'm
hump.
sorry. Hold on. I gotta get you presenting. Hold on. There. Now you're presenting.
All right. So whilst
And turn those grids off because they seem to be confusing you.
no, they're perfectly making my point. I'd like to leave them on, but it'll confuse your audience because they don't understand things either.
No, it's not like that, and you know that.
It is. Right. So you said that I didn't show you Belfast. Do you understand how the process of elimination works? I'm going to assume that you do, and I'm not going to patronize you and ask you for an answer. However, I would like you to answer this because I've asked everybody to explain, identify the smokestacks. And Paul claims that he can do it, and no one's done it yet. And I'm going to ask you the same. If you can identify the smokestacks on the Isle of Man, please do. In the alternative, I would like you to acknowledge whether this matches the evidence or not. We have a half moon. We have a little bit of land in the backside, and we have a little what I'm going to assert is the lighthouse peeping over the top left-hand corner. And it matches exactly what we're looking at here in the evidence. The real-world evidence matches what we're seeing on screen. I don't think they're seeing me, are they?
Yes, you are. You are presenting to everyone, but you have me clicked properly.
That's okay. That's okay. So the concept of process of elimination works like this. If I identify one of two potential options, the only other thing that you can conclude that the other one must be the alternative. Okay. So I'm saying that this half moon, the landmass to the right, the peeping over lighthouse is a perfect match for the evidence because there's a half moon there, peeping over lighthouse, landmass to the right. Different colors indicating different depths of field. And I'm going to say by a process of elimination, that land to the left can only be Belfast, where there just so happens to be power stations. There's a boat in the image that is full of coal because we've identified it. Can you identify
that boat?
Yeah, we've identified the boat. Yeah.
Out of that small black box.
Not out of that small black box. No. But yes, we've identified this boat. It's a coal carrying boat, barge, and it's a self-loading and a self-tipping boat that connects to Kill Root Power Station jetty, and it passes this path from Kill Root into Scotland, and then goes back out again, back to Kill Root, and then it does other up and down the North Sea, the Irish Sea, but on the other side of the Isle of Man. So yes, we've identified the boat. It's called the CSL. I can't remember its name now, but you can find it if you type in Kill Root boat coal self-leveling boat. You can find it. But
well, I'm sure, but am I going to find it there?
You can find it in. Well, okay, I can show you in the other image if you'd like.
Do you understand the question I'm asking you? How can you tell me that? I mean, I can pull up a name of a boat, but you need to tell me that boat is there.
Sure, but I have 3 videos, and in the 3 videos we see the boat in different places, and we have some are better pictures and some are not quite as good pictures. And this is one of the pictures where hopefully I'll catch the boat. I might not get it here. No, I don't have it here. I can show you the boat. I can show you the best picture of the boat I have. But my point is, if this landmass matches this landmass, matches the lighthouse, and if that compares favorably, and I'm in my assertions is that it is, we have the half moon, the land, peeping over lighthouse. We have the land in the background. So can you tell me what the land in the if I've got this wrong? Hang on, let me get back to it. If I've misidentified this landmass, perhaps you could tell me where in the Isle of Man this is, because your assertion is that this is not Isle of Man. This is sorry. Your assertion is this is not Ireland. This is Isle of Man. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that matches this at all. So I want you to identify the stacks that are in the image. If you haven't got the stacks, I can send you a picture. And you've got the full contrast. The last bit of land that we see, if I've got this misidentified as Scotland with the lighthouse on it and it matches perfectly, perhaps you could show me where it actually is on the Isle of Man, which is your position.
Sure. Hold on a second.
No, you don't have to do it on the fly. You don't have to do it right now.
No, I'm going to do it right now.
Okay.
What do you call it? Because I can't have you walking away saying, "Oh, I got Sly."
I have got you, Sly. I'm going to walk away and say exactly that.
Well, I know you're going to say it, but yeah, I need to make sure that you can substantiate.
I wasn't going to be horrible and put you on the spot, but now that you've invited it, I'm going to say, go on then, get a landmass that matches what we see in the evidence. I don't want to be mathematically calculating bearings. I want you to get something that matches.
Slow down. Wait, no, calculating bearings is actually kind of key here.
No,
But
it's not. It's not matching the evidence if it's wrong. It's that simple. If it doesn't match, it's wrong. And that's my position. This is what we can evidence. And I'm asking you to identify where I've got this.
slow down, slow down. I can hear it in your voice. You're all hot and excited.
Well, I was going to leave, man.
You were thinking that you were going to get away with this.
No,
Okay,
no, I didn't want to put you on the spot. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've done this, and we've spent hours arguing over this, and we've rage quitted 4 times.
And this is your result, and I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it then.
Hold on a second. I'm going to figure out where that damn. Oh, that's right. I put it in
where that damn land is.
No, where that damn picture went. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you find that funny. Okay. First of all, in order to, I'm sorry, I need to present me real quick. And then this will be the closing point. What do you call it? Because we are well over the hour now. Okay. This is your picture that you gave me a little while ago.
By the way, that Langness, the Morgold Lighthouse, it should be completely obscured by at least 20 feet of curvature, and we don't see that.
Yeah, well, we see Chicago when everybody says we shouldn't either. So, now the first thing that you have to point out, okay, this is your job.
You're not meant to be self-identifying the land that I've failed to.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay. Okay. First of all, you have to say that this is the northern tip of Isle of Man. That's your claim.
No, that's just where the Isle of Man stops. In the evidence, you don't see any.
Yeah, the northern tip of it. That would be the last part you could see. Okay.
Not the northern tip of it. No, do you mean where Point of Lighthouse is?
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, where's the rest of the island then?
You zoom in.
Okay. Zooming in. Hold on. Oops, shit. I hate this new Windows 10 version. Okay.
And then can you see how where the nose, I'm going to call it the front nose of the plane, right? So that you can see what.
This right here, you mean?
No, the nose of the plane at the bottom.
Yeah.
Can you see how it flips back on itself and it seems to be hovering?
Right. It's called refraction. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called some kind of refraction, but on a ball Earth model, the refraction is light bending over the curve of the Earth.
Well, actually, this is called the Fata Morgana, and what do you call it? And it's present in just about every photograph of the Isle of Man.
It's an inferior mirage, not a Fata Morgana.
Well, Fata Morgana means mirage, and this
no. Fata Morgana is where the image is inverted upside down above the subject. We're not seeing that here.
No, it's not. No. Okay, but nevertheless, we'll go with inferior mirage. Okay.
Okay then.
Go with inferior mirage because it's the same thing. Okay.
It really isn't.
But here's the inversion. Okay, this is the inversion. This is not a cliff. This is not a tree hangover. This is an inversion. Okay. Agreed. So basically, it means that this actually goes down, hits the water.
Agreed.
Okay. Now, you do realize that there are very noticeable features. Noticeable features. No huge friggin' features like this, but noticeable features that are missing in the north. This is the north area of, just so you can see.
Are we on a tangent here, though, Sly?
No, we're not on a tangent. Okay. You like to make little weird comments like that when you see that I'm doing something against you.
No, I'm just making sure we're on track. I'm just wondering where you're going with this.
Now, it's pretty simple. There's no drop off like this at the edge of the north edge of the Isle of Man.
Yeah, you know why that is, don't you?
Why?
You're looking at the wrong part of Isle of Man, doofus.
No, I'm saying that you're saying that this part is this.
No. You've got that wrong.
Oh, do I? Oh, well, inform me.
I'm saying that that's Ramsey. What you're looking at, the tip of the nose cone going down is where the beginning of Ramsey starts.
The beginning of Ramsey?
Yeah. So
okay, if you I'm unfamiliar with the name. Let me go look. Hold on.
Okay, go left. Go left down the coast.
Oh, wait, I got to put places on. Yes.
Yeah, that what you're looking at there, that town of Ramsey, is what you've got on screen. It's just off screen to your right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. That's where Ramsey is.
Okay, cool. I'm actually not saying it's Ramsey. I'm saying it's actually Ramsey is probably actually a little bit more to here. But what do you call it? Because this wouldn't be Ramsey because actually from the line of sight from St. Bees, Ramsey is here, but you'll still see some more mountains coming down. So that's where this discoloration changes. Okay, this is actually going more off into the distance.
So just
So
put that nose.
this would actually be more, I guess, Kella or however you pronounce this.
Sly, that's off screen. Pull that into your screen.
Oh, my bad. Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, so can you identify which you think is the end of the mountain where it meets the land?
I say that right there is right about here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, well then why were you saying it Ramsey? That's not
Because
Ramsey.
it is Ramsey.
No, because Ramsey's, covering over here, and that's Ramsey would actually be like right here.
Yeah, but Ramsey goes right the way across pretty much to the.
Okay, well,
splitting hairs. Splitting hairs.
Okay.
We're in agreement.
Okay, so the Isle of Man does not end here.
Correct.
Thank you. Okay, now let me get that out of the way just so I can move it over. Now, coming over to here.
Yeah.
Continuing on to the right. Okay, now I could probably just get, poke some azimuths real quick and make this a lot quicker. But
no, I don't want you to do that. I want you to match it on the evidence.
Of course, I know you don't want me to do that. The what do you call it? But this right here,
yeah,
this all goes like really good flat here in the middle. Okay,
yeah.
You know that as well as I do. This whole area is like really a nice plain.
Can we call it low elevation rather than flat?
Sure, no problem. And actually, I would prefer that. But nevertheless, it's very low. And then it kicks back, and that's after a good little while. Okay, we're talking about from there all the way across here to this berm.
All the way across here. Do you want to get the line tool and measure how many miles that is?
Oh, I'm sure it's quite a few.
Go on, how many? I'll guess.
I don't know. I would give it probably about 10, 15. I don't know.
Try 3.
Oh, really? There's only 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, I never measured it. I was just shooting from the hip there. Yeah, okay, about 3 miles.
Sure. So all that distance over there is either representing 3 miles or a whole heap load more.
Okay, well, you would have to come up with the whole heap load more. But
well, I have.
No, you haven't. And what do you call it? So what you're seeing here is slightly shaved off the bottom here because of the inferior mirage.
Agreed.
Okay, so you're probably not going to see this because it's just too low. It's just a very, very small berm.
Agreed.
But, oops, damn it, I hate it when that. You try and zoom in and it's actually not zooming in. What do you call it? And then this berm is this berm. It goes down. It goes down.
Yeah.
It makes a double hump here. Goes double hump here.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Pull the thing across. Yeah.
Yep. And then, what do you call it? And then it makes a sink right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Sinks way down.
Where it makes that sink slide, could you just tell the audience what the elevation is as it gets down to that lower part?
Hold on a second.
I can help you. I've got it on screen.
I'm sure you do, and I know what your next word is. We shouldn't see that and all this other stuff, but you seem to have some idea of what refraction is, but you don't have any idea what refraction is.
Come on, stay on topic. Come on.
I'm just getting ahead of yours. That's all. And what do you call it? So, damn it.
So the elevation, as we go down to that lower part, gets down to what?
Say again?
As you get down to that lower part, you gave it a name. I can't remember the word you used, but as it gets down to that lower part, the elevation drops to a figure that's around. I'm gonna claim 70 feet, and if you don't agree, then perhaps you can suggest a figure that you would be happy with.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna shoot from the hip on that one because I already screwed that one up as far as just guessing what a distance was. So, but if you're saying 70 feet,
no. Sly, this bit's important, Sly. I need to dwell on this. We need an answer.
Okay. Why do you need an answer for that?
Because when we compare it to Ramsey, that that we can't see, which is a town center, and that sits at the same elevation, it would make sense that would also be either we would see Ramsey because it's at the same elevation, or we would not see the land that you're identifying on screen because it's at the same elevation as Ramsey, and we can see that Ramsey is not visible. Okay, well, first of all, hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. Man, you love stretching this shit out. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's the berm. So I'm going to say all that elevation to the right of that berm is 100 feet or less, and it tapers off to nothing because it's the beach.
Okay, well, I need to make sure that I'm looking from the right angles here. Hold on. I'm just going to give it a close one right there. Go over here. Let's see, where's Bride? Okay, that's an orientation point. Save. Okay, these were those other lines that we were drawing long across. They had nothing to do with anything over there. Okay.
So you're on the line of sight there. I'm going to say that you need to tell us what the height of the elevation of the land is that's to the right of the line.
To the right of the line?
Yeah, because...
Okay, well, it goes up first. And what do you call it? Because here's the berm, here's the hill, here's the dip, here's the dip.
Yeah.
Here's the town. Oh, shut up. Here's the town of Bride. Here's the town of Bride.
No.
Stop.
No, this is where
this is where I'm speaking. Okay, please. I gave you where?
The land that's to the right of the line you've got on screen that you're matching up with what's in the background. What's the elevation of that land? No, right in Google Earth.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, this is the area you're talking about, right?
Sure, but what is that land on Google Earth? What's the elevation?
Sure, hold on a second here. Just make sure that we're zooming in on the right spot. And that's it right back there, because that was what was visible above. And that is, oh, shoot. My bad. Can't see that, can you? So that is 85 meters.
All right. So what you're doing then is, right, we're going to have to do this in a more comprehensive way. And can I show my screen?
Wait. 85 meters. Now you're saying that that's supposed to be the same height as Ramsey.
It's of the same height of all of Ramsey. So what I'm saying,
Ramsey is 11 meters, 10 meters, 8 meters.
All right, let me meters. Let me show you on
10,
my screen.
23 meters. Hey, we're going up a little bit. It's not 80 meters, man. It's not even close.
All right, let me.
I mean, do you agree with that?
No, because the way you're doing it, I'm going to show you why I don't agree with it. If you let me.
You just saw me do it, though.
Yeah, but what you're doing is you're doing what Miles Davis did. You're cherry picking the highest possible point rather than showing that all.
You told me what was that mass on the right here, and I said here, and you said yes, and I went over there and I went to that point because that would be the point that's visible.
All right. So
now hold on, and that would be the point that's visible. So let me go back over here. Okay, the point that would be visible from a distance, okay, is right there. Right? That's the high point. That's you can see it's two bumps. Okay. And I zoomed that. I scrolled it all the way in here to that bump.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm about to hit the land here. Hold on. Okay, that bump right there. That's that's the one on the right. I'm sorry, I keep on bringing it down. And that bump, 77. Oops, excuse me. 77 meters. Now you're saying that that's even comparable to a 22-meter high Ramsey.
Yeah. Let me show my screen.
You're saying that that's comparable. 50 meters difference, and you're saying that's comparable.
Let me show my screen.
Please answer me.
I'm going to show you.
No, please answer me. Is 77 the same as 22?
What are you in? Are you in meters or feet?
Meters.
77. Right, I need to change mine to meters. Let me check it. Units of measurement. That one.
Because the second bump on the right, well, actually, at the peak of it, it's 81 meters. I was scrubbing the side of it because of the way I was looking. Okay, I'll even drop a pin on it. Okay, everybody's screen cap. That's the longitude and latitude where I just dropped that pin.
So, what was the meters that you were claiming on the right side?
On the right side is 80 meters, between 80 and 81 meters.
I would agree that it's higher than Ramsey.
Okay, so what's the discussion of why is that visible and Ramsey's not?
Because
discussion.
I want to show you how much of it should be visible. Not because what the implication is that A, all of it is, and B, it should be prominent on the horizon.
What should be prominent on the horizon?
The land that you're showing, yeah. So let me know when I'm being showed.
Of course it's prominent on the right. You see it. You took the picture.
Yeah. So let me show what I'm showing you, and then you can tell me where I'm getting this wrong.
Oh Jesus! Is this your coil line? Hold on. Right. What good does that do anybody?
Am I screen sharing?
Yes, you are.
All right. So this line is showing the elevation of the land that's in the area that you claim is high enough to be able to represent the evidence that we see. However, if I start down at the bottom corner, which is where the coast is, you can see that the elevation only starts picking up as you get right to the point where your little smear thing is. So it gets to the point where the smear is, peaks, and then comes straight back down again. All the way down here, it's low. Then it comes back up again as we get to that point.
Right, and that's that right there. Stop. Back up a little bit. Back up. Right about. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm looking at this right before I. Oh no, it's actually not there. It's actually on the next two lines up. Scroll forward again. And then right about there.
Yeah.
Actually, a little bit more. No, that's actually right about it.
Bride, yes.
Yeah, that's not Bride. That's the hilltop.
Okay.
That's the 80-meter hilltop.
But then, as you see, as it goes further back, it tails off to nothing. Then there's a bit of a hill there, and then basically it's flat.
Right. So what you're doing is you're brailing this, and that it has no basis in anything.
No, it's absolutely imperative because it's only this piece here that has got the elevation. The rest of it is low. Okay.
To the right, yeah. To the right, of course it is.
Yeah.
That was never an argument.
Right. Yeah, but you're representing it the way that Miles tried to represent it.
No. Hold me. Check.
No. You are. You're not representing it the way that it actually is because it tapers off to nothing, Sly.
Yeah, I know it does.
Right, but in the evidence, it doesn't do that.
In the evidence, it does do that.
Okay, so let's go back to the evidence.
Present to everyone. Watch this. Okay. What you just zigzagged is all this area over here.
In the evidence,
all the way up to here. No, on what you just did on.
No, it isn't. It's all the stuff to the left, Sly. You're misrepresenting it.
To the left.
The high parts are all the parts to the left. Everything to the right.
But you went to about here with your zigzags.
No, I did the whole island.
No, you did not.
Look at it on screen. I've still got it on screen.
You did not do the whole damn island.
I did the whole point.
Northern tip. That's the northern tip.
I did the whole point to the right of that slope that we're talking about, that little ski slope.
Right, to the right of the slope. That was never a question. Of course it pairs off, and it does it both in Google Earth and in your picture.
Yeah, that's the point, though. It tapers off on Google Earth, but in the picture it doesn't. Look at all the land. Yes, it does. Look at all the land that's behind it, Sly.
There's no land behind it.
Right, so where do you show that little bit where it tapers down and becomes the end?
Oh, my God. This is the area you just did.
Right, where's that on the evidence?
Right here, and it stops right about here.
No, because Sly, can you see that there's a boat in the middle? So are you saying that the boat's moored on the land?
The boat's closer than the land.
Okay, great. So in that case, identify the stacks.
What stacks?
The three chimneys with the smoke coming out.
You mean the three breaks in the field? 3 breaks in a field? Those are chimneys. Look. Okay, they're not chimneys, dude.
There's smoke coming out of them, Sly.
There's no smoke. It just curves off to the side.
No.
Yes.
Right. So we need to represent the evidence. Can you share my screen?
No, we're done. Those aren't smokestacks, dude.
No, you failed to identify the smokestacks. Therefore,
there are no smokestacks.
But there is. You can see.
No, there are not.
Yes, Sly.
You see 3 lines that arc upwards to the right. That's all you see. You do not see smokestacks, and you do not have anything that supports that.
Sly, they're on screen. Present my screen and let your audience decide.
This is going to be the last thing I'm showing of yours, man.
That's fine. That's fine.
I know where you're going. I can see it just fine.
Yeah, I'm going to the evidence, dude, because it's the evidence that decides what the... Right, so...
Yeah, but you don't even know what your evidence is, dude.
No, I do. We've lined it all up completely because
you've lined it up with nothing because you can't even decide where the town that's there or that berm. And you've just admitted to me all of it that works.
Let me finish. Bear in mind that I've just identified the land that's on the right-hand side to be the bottom tip of Scotland.
No, you did not.
I did. It matches.
I just identified it to you as a hill next to the town of Bride, and you outlined it for me at the exact same measurement, at the exact same height.
Yeah, but you haven't identified it as a town in Bride yet.
Because the town of Bride is the part to the left. You were talking about the humps on the right, which I just measured out to you.
All right.
And a second ago, you said was the same height as Ramsey, which somehow 50 meters is the same height as something.
All right, so it still remains the case that I've matched this line up perfectly with
No,
Google
you
Earth,
haven't.
and you're yet to do it.
You
haven't
have
done
not. You
Hang
want to
on.
know what those are? I'll show you what those are.
No, wait. Keep my screen on screen.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
So you're not going to be able to present. You know, A, you haven't shown the stacks, and B, you haven't found land that matches.
Of course, I haven't showed the stacks because there are no damn stacks.
Right.
Show me the stack. Show me the stacks.
Okay. So you see my screen now, yeah?
Show me the stacks. Are there stacks there?
Can you see my screen now?
Okay. Show me the stacks. One shot. Show me the stacks.
Let me get it slower. Speed, slow. Back it up.
Now I'm getting all. You're just. It's frustrating that you try this so hard.
Right, there are 3 stacks that are here, and there are 3 things that look like plumes coming out of them, and they are bending off.
What you have there are 3 lines that arc upwards and to the right.
Okay, so can you identify these 3 lines that appear to be...
I just showed them to you.
No, you didn't. You've told me where they are, but you've not lined them up.
Oh my God.
There they are. They're in the evidence, Sly.
They are not in the evidence, and especially they're not stacks. You even just said it yourself that you don't know what they are.
All right, let's say that I didn't know what they are and that they're not stacks. Can you identify the land on the right of the picture that I claim is Scotland with a match on Google Earth?
I just did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You said
it was in bonehead. Listen to me, man. Come on. Don't do this, man. Don't do this. Really.
Bring the evidence. Show the lot.
I just showed it to you.
Right, you didn't. You told me where it was, but you didn't match it.
Stop. Okay. I outlined all of this shit to you. Okay?
No, Sly, you haven't done because
Yes, I have. Look, I'm going to do it again for you. Are you ready? Ready? No. Are you ready? I'm going to do it again for you.
With Google Earth, Sly, I matched it up with the half moon, the little lighthouse peeping over in the corner, the land to the right. That's what I want you to do.
You didn't. Yes. Let me show you what you got. Okay. This is where it lines up.
Go on.
Okay. This is where it lines up. The berm, the top, the small dip, goes up a little higher, sinks down here. We can't see below this point, so it almost looks like it hits the water.
All right, okay? I'll give you that.
Okay, shut up. Now we got this right here. Okay, then it comes back up, hits the town of Bride, Okay, then it goes back up again, and then we just identified this peak, which is this little bump right here. Okay, at 80 meters, which you said was the same height as Ramsey, which it's not.
But Sly,
okay, so that means that now hold on. No, I'm not done talking now. I'm not done talking this time.
Hang on, the land is tapering off on Google, but in real world, on the evidence above, it ain't.
It is tapering. Oh my God, you saying that's not tapering off?
On Google Earth, it is.
Are you saying that's not tapering off?
Right, let me re-ask the question. You missed it. You misheard me. On Google Earth, on the picture below, it's tapering off to nothing, but on the evidence above, it isn't doing that. And I identified the land.
Yeah, it's right here.
So I want you to identify
that. Tapers off and that tapers off. I'm showing it to you. Quit interrupting me.
Show me where that land on the right is then, with the lighthouse on it. Yeah, then, them 2 bits. Show me where that is.
What? This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but you won't shut up.
Zoom in and show it me then.
Okay, hold on a second. Oh, shit. I'm in fucking ground level view again. Damn it. I just showed all this to you. I can't believe that you... Yes, I did.
You said that's where it is. I'm asking you to match it up with Google the way I did.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
I did.
You were talking about grid lines that go off into weird directions.
I showed you the half moon. I showed you where the lighthouse was. I showed you the overlap with the land in the background.
But you didn't match it with anything. You just said, "Oh, look, it's slightly different shaded." That must be Scotland.
Matched with Google Earth, Sly. Would you like a timestamp in the comments afterwards?
It is not.
Line it up. Okay. Show me what we're looking at, and show
that. Would you shut the hell up?
Just do it, you whiny girl. Come on,
whiny girl.
Yeah.
Is that where we're going with this now?
Just show me it. Show me.
Is that where we're going with this now? Hey, is that where we're going with this now?
Now you're gonna take offense to whiny girl because you can't match the land up.
No, I'm just telling you to shut the hell up for a second.
Okay, well, match it up on Google. And
okay, because you get all kinds of excited when somebody's about to show you something.
I'm excited. I admit it. I am.
All right, that's probably a little bit off to the right, but we'll go for it anyway. Now, unfortunately, the Isle of Man has dick. What?
The Isle of Man has run out?
No, the Isle of Man doesn't have 3D buildings on it, is what I was going to say, if you would just shut up.
Doesn't
Okay.
match the land, though, does it really?
What's that?
It's not matching the land that I showed you, is it?
What's not matching the land? Look, the land matches perfectly.
No,
Perfectly.
Sly. It doesn't, Sly.
Perfectly.
Where's the overlap, Sly? Where's the other land?
There's no overlap. That's just two different colors of area.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Here's my question. Here. No. Here's my question to you. Is all this the same color?
Yes, kind of.
Is all this the same color?
Well, it depends what do you mean, shade or color?
Color.
It's all about the same, to be honest. Yeah.
So this is the same as this.
It's similar, but it depends on what you mean.
This is the same as this?
No, obviously not.
This is the same as this.
It's not far off.
You're oh my God, you're fucking serious?
All right, let me close then.
This is the same as this?
Yeah,
how about this? How about this bright area here being the same color as this? Are they the same color?
Same color? No,
yeah.
Similar.
Of course not. These are not the same color, and you're trying to say that means that one's closer than the other.
All right. So,
do you understand what that means?
Yeah, but given that this is the final point, Sly, let me give my counter to it and let your audience decide who matches.
Wacky ass fucking claims, man, and you refuse to fucking listen.
No, I'm saying that what you're showing is not what I'm showing, and mine's better.
No. First of all, better comes down to who can prove something. I just proved to you where everything was.
No, you didn't.
Twice.
No, you didn't, Sly.
Twice.
All
now,
right,
just because I cannot pull up a 3D building that shows these two little white dots, which is somewhere in this area, okay, that's your point of contention.
No.
Okay, and then of course the smokestacks, which are most likely.
No. That's not my contention.
Yeah, that is your point of contention because you just argued with me for about 5 minutes about damn smokestacks, which aren't there.
Sly, the smokestacks are there, but I said I would give way if you could match the land, and you haven't matched the land. And I'm going to show, if you share my screen,
Riley,
present the screen, sir.
Riley,
please, come on.
I just showed you the entire skyline of that hill.
Sly,
I just pointed out to you dip and hill for hill.
Sly, would you present my screen and then we can finish?
What are you going to show me? I want to know what you're going to show me.
I'm going to show you why my evidence matching the evidence is right.
You didn't match anything to anything. You just said it's Scotland because that might be a lighthouse.
Sly, are you going to present my screen and let us finish, or are we going to leave on bad terms?
I'm going to give you one shot. You got okay, tell you what. You got 1 minute.
Okay.
Show it to me.
So on your model, we see a half moon.
We don't care about my model. I want you to show me those two buildings and the land that matches them right now.
On your model, we have a half moon. We have an overlap lighthouse in the background, and we have the land that's there behind it to the right. We have a very slight contour land that's overlapping in the background. This is the line of sight.
Where's the land to the left?
The land to the left is island, because the land that I'm identifying on screen.
Where is it in what you just showed me?
Hang on. Do we agree that what I'm showing here matches precisely what you're saying?
No, we don't, because you're missing the land to the left.
No, the land to the left is all this in the background, but I'll get there in a sec.
And and you're saying that that's higher than that.
We have the half moon, we have the light, and we have the land that's to the right. We have the half moon, we have the land to the right, and we have the light just peeping over. The other one is a plane, and it moves. So disregard that for the purpose of this. All this high land is here. I have to zoom out so it's quicker.
Okay, well, here's the funny part. You just said that stuff that's further away is higher than stuff that's closer. Thank you very much, Riley.
Have a good day.
So, oh shit! I just realized that. Oh, was he presenting during that? Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask him, but the clock went off, Sean, to turn it to the right, and he won't show the wide open ocean that's supposedly over there to the right. And he claimed that the distant land, the far distant land, I don't even know where the hell he was. The far distant, oh, this is where he was. Isn't it? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, now this was his claim. Okay, now he had a 3D model of the lighthouse here. Okay, this was his claim. Okay, and matching up to, oh damn, where the hell that? Oh, there it is. Okay, this was his claim. Back on his thing here. Now, something that he didn't want to show. Let's go over here. He's saying that this, damn it, is this. Okay, now he says there's a lighthouse here. I'm not going to disagree with that. He made it rather large, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and he's saying that this bump and this carry-on is this bump and this carry-on. However, that land don't stop. That land remains up. Okay, for a good long while. Okay, and it goes off into, what is it, Scotland? Yeah. So, but according to him, it disappears off into the water. The other part of it is that he's saying that this is, let's see here, hold on. He's saying that the higher land, this higher land, which according to him is but is not the Isle of Man. Where is it, dude? It's not even there. Even the stuff that is way off in the background there, okay, is all relatively low land. Okay, so sorry, Riley, that's not the lighthouses. Okay, it's not. I think I'm over England now. Or where am I? Yeah, I'm back. I just went back over St. Pete's. So ultimately, Riley says that because he doesn't understand the way 3D graphics works, and because if you get close enough to Google Earth, you'll actually see the lines grid. You'll see the lines from below. See how that went down like that as I go up? Okay, they go down. It's not, they're not coming towards you. That's actually going beyond the curvature. Okay, and it's a little bit difficult to see when you do east-west, but when you do north-south, it makes a lot more sense. Okay, because what you're seeing is lines coming down like this, lines coming down like this, from behind you to beyond the curvature. It's just a graphic issue. That's all. Okay, nobody is saying that these lines are on the surface of the Earth. Okay, or on the surface of Google Earth for that matter. Anybody who's worked in 3D, and I explained this out to him also, I even modeled it for him. Didn't phase him. But, whatever. So ultimately, Riley, I tried to be nice, man, but you just wouldn't shut up while I was trying to show you something. And yeah, okay, I'm sure I got a little bit loud there for a second, but I only got loud because I got tired of showing you this 4 times. Or actually, I think I did it 3 times. Okay, this is the berm. That is, what do you call it? There's the dip. There's the city of Bride, or the town of Bride. Okay, this is a smaller area. I can't identify the 2 buildings only because of the fact that I only have 2D to work with. And then it tapers off just like the Isle of Man does. And I would say somewhere around here would be the Northern Tip lighthouse. Okay, now y'all might also want to notice that he also said that these 2 smudges here are actually the smokestacks in Dublin. Being to the, apparently on flat Earth there is an inverting factor where I guess further objects bend to the right. I don't know, because that doesn't make any sense at all. He still says this is the golf building, even though if this were a flat plane, the Saggart Hill above Dublin, or behind Dublin, would be about this high. The lighthouse would be about this high, and these things, the claimed pool bag smokestacks would be right over here, just a little bit left of the claimed lighthouse, and they would be about this high, even at 140 something miles away. Okay, so much for thinking that he was actually going to display the 7 things that I proposed to him, because he didn't show any of them. I did, however, get a very nice image, and I'm very happy about that, because I have to tell anybody who doesn't have the image, it's a lot finer detail. So, but I'll be distributing that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 11:30. I wanted this to be done at 10:30, but I let it go an extra hour because Riley kept on promising me that he was going to show me how it was all working. And all I got was Jeranism's lines, graphic issues on Google Earth, because he doesn't understand how layering works and vectors. And apparently the Isle of Man from St. Bees is like over here somewhere, or wherever the hell he had it. So, oh, I'm sorry, I got this backwards. Yeah, the Isle of Man is like somewhere over here. Okay. Yeah, I think that was my max amount of viewers. No, I don't know. I honestly, I was paying more attention to what was going on here than the number. But right now it's at 156. But people are noticing that I'm saying bye, so they're hanging out. And but I really appreciate everybody coming by, and I hope that's. Oh, and Miles, I loved your little public service announcement. I thought that was funny as hell. And so you guys have yourselves a great night, and we'll talk about this some other time in the future. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I thought it was funny that Ranty said that that he blocked Sean like 3 weeks ago, but yet Sean was able to read his stuff signed in only 8 days ago. Doesn't seem like that would work. No, Ranty, you ran from Sean. Deal with it. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have yourselves a nice night.